Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Tuesday, so that means it's time for another vlog. It's like 70 degrees out here. I can't believe it. 70 degrees on my day off in October in Idaho. Stoked about that. Today, I'm going to be comparing the Cyclops to two Xairs on the DJI goggles. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this comparison. I have no idea, which one will do better. They're both about 10 dB and 120 degree beam width. So I'm gonna fly out about a quarter of a mile at 25 milliwatt, put some trees between me and the quad, and we'll see what the bit rate drops down to. And I'm probably gonna fly off to the side too somewhere, and we'll just kind of compare to see how they do. Now, if you don't know, the Cyclops is, it's like one big antenna with 4 RP SMA connectors. And the Xairs they're basically 2 crosshairs on one PCB with 2 separate connectors. So, you can just buy one of these, or you can buy 2. The mounting's pretty nice. And so, yeah, we'll just kind of see which one does better. Maybe they'll perform about the same. I don't know. I haven't flown the Cyclops yet, and I have not flown 2 Xairs. I know one Xair is almost triple the bandwidth of using the stock antennas. So it should be pretty interesting. And then I also wanted to show you guys my Rotor Riot HD1 frame. I've had this, I got this I think last week, and I haven't built it yet because I'm waiting for a session mount. Those actually aren't on the site yet because I still use a GoPro Session, right? And then I'm waiting to see if I can work with Brain 3D to make a dual SMA holder for the antennas, because I don't use the stock DJI antennas. So like on my Hyperlow, this build is kind of just like taped together, guys. This is a Hyperlow Unibody 6-inch, and this is not made for HD. If you look, the stack is taped down so I can move it forward to fit the air unit, and that's like what I've been flying everything on. But I like my SMA connectors so I could swap out antennas, or I could use long range antennas. I'm absolutely not going to use the stock antennas. So, and then for control, as usual, I'm using Crossfire. I don't use the DJI radio. A lot of people asking me that in the videos. No, for freestyle, I use Crossfire. I'm using the VAS shapeshifter antenna. In long range mode, I'll probably just stick to like 25 milliwatt so I don't blow out the camera with the Crossfire. So yeah, let's get set up and we'll see what happens. So right when I was getting set up, the sprinklers came on, so I had to relocate. I drove around to the other side of the park, and I'm in the parking lot now, so I should be safe. So I'm gonna set up here, and that cluster of trees straight ahead right there, I'm gonna fly out there and then use those trees as a wall, and we'll see what the bit rate looks like. I'm not sure how far that is. It could be a quarter of a mile. I'll look it up on Google when I get home and overlay it. So I'm gonna get set up right here in the parking lot, and we'll start doing some flying. I just pulled a spider off of my neck. Oh, I don't even know if I can do this now. Okay. First up, VAS Cyclops. I'm gonna go off to the right first to check the beam width. There's actually going to be a tree blocking. 25 milliwatt, and I am running 100 milliwatt on the Crossfire. Hopefully I don't blow out my mic. I cannot believe that there was a spider on my neck. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, I got the creeps now. Okay, off to the right, pretty good on signal. 25.308 going around that tree. Let me loop that tree real quick. You know, I must be putting like a few trees in between me and the quad. Eight megabits, okay. Okay, now I'm gonna go around this, oh god, there's a worker over here. So, fly down this way. I'm gonna try to stay high because I know there's earth. 6, 2. Okay, so this is like about the limit. It's all these trees. I'm flying far out and I'm putting trees in between me and the quad. So I'm getting down to like what, 2 megabits? .4. Hopefully you guys can see that breakup on the DVR. We'll do one more. .1. Should we push a little farther? I don't know if I should. I don't feel like walking. 2.4. Okay. Okay, let's go back over here to the right. See how far down I can go, because this is off to my extreme right. If I go around this tree, I'm at 1. Wow. Yeah, 1 megabit. Okay, so we're getting down to 1 off to the right and 2 out in front. All right, now we're trying out 2 Xair antennas, and again guys, this is basically like running 4 crosshairs. Should be the same 10 dB and 120 degree beam. This time I'm gonna fly straight out there so you guys can kind of see the distance, and then I'll come back and do the offside test. Okay, and we're dropping down to 4.3. Let's do it a couple of times. .6. 3.9, got pretty bad that time. .1. So maybe I was just not getting low enough. 2.7. .4, so it's pretty close. I'd say on average the Xairs are doing a little bit better. Let's check the offside. Okay, how far was I going? Was it just this tree? .2. 1.3. 3.3. 1.9. Okay, yeah, so the Xairs are a little, just a tiny bit better. So we just did those two tests with the VAS Minion Pros, and I've already tested those. They're kind of similar to the Lumineer Axes, but Hugo sent out these other Axes, and I'm not like, they're not labeled or anything. I'm assuming they're left-hand polarized, but he didn't really give me much information about them, so I'm just gonna fly him and see what happens. .9. .7. Wow. So I know before when I went a little bit lower, it got worse. So I'm just going to try to stay right on top of this tiny little tree here. 2.5. .9. Yeah, I think these unlabeled. Oh, there's a dude walking right there. So this is like a pretty big cluster of trees. Oh god, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? 5.2, 3. I think this is like water right here. Watch me crash right in like the only water. Holy sh... 0.7. Okay, got down to 0.7. That's the worst it's gotten. Didn't freeze up or anything, but then again, I'm not recording on the air unit. That was pretty sketchy, guys. I mean, I guess it's not that sketchy, but... do it one more time. And again, this is all on 25 milliwatt. It's probably a quarter of a mile. Not even like watching the bit rate. Wasn't as bad, going a little bit faster. Alright, let's bring it back. Alright, so got the TrueRC Xairs, and we just compared to the VAS Cyclops. Now, you know, full disclosure, all of these antennas were sent to me for review. I didn't pay for them. I don't, you know, I'm not playing favorites between VAS and TrueRC. I think they're both awesome companies, awesome people. You know, I've been using VAS antennas for years. I haven't really used a lot of TrueRC antennas before. I don't really have a good reason. I think it's just because I liked the way the VAS antennas looked better, because the left-hand antennas are always gray. But, you know, I'll admit these new Xairs for the DJI goggles specifically, they look sick in black. Now, the TrueRC, the Xairs, did do a little bit better. So with the Cyclops, I was getting down to 2 dB. And then with the Xairs, I think the lowest I got was 2.1, but it was consistently higher. Like, I think I saw 4 dB, 6 dB. So it was consistently better on the Xairs than the Cyclops. And I don't know if that's just because, you know, we're talking about the 4 crosshairs versus the 1 array. And then again, I got a slight boost trying the axes. I don't know what they are, but yeah, I did get a slight boost using those. So that's, you know, it's not, I wouldn't say that there's like a clear-cut winner, because the Xairs did a little bit better, but the Cyclops is a little bit cheaper. And then you've got kind of like usability. For me, the Xairs are a little bit easier to fit onto the goggles, and I like to grab the goggles in the middle to put them on, and just because I can put them on centered. I think, guys, I don't think you can go wrong with either option. Like I said, the Cyclops would be a little bit cheaper, but either way, I mean, between the Cyclops and the dual Xairs, that's gonna be your best performance on a DJI quad, right? So you're gonna want to get one or the other, and then it's killing me that so with the HD1 came with a pretty sweet antenna mount, but it was for the stock antennas. And I, you know, people keep making HD frames, and they're making them for the stock antennas, and I get it. I mean, the system comes with antennas, so that's the most cost-effective thing, so that kind of makes sense. But I'm not going to use stock antennas. It's just you gain such a boost from using aftermarket antennas. And so that's why I'm waiting for someone to make a dual SMA mount for this, so I can switch to this frame, because I'm super excited to fly this frame. It's heavy, but it's really rigid. Like when I flex the arms, this thing is so stiff. I feel like, especially with Betaflight 4.1, I just think this frame is gonna fly so clean. And you know, if you look at Drew's videos and Vanover, their GoPro footage looks so good. I'm so jealous. So yeah, I'm excited to build this. I'm gonna build this up. This is gonna be my HD Freestyle quad. I just need to get some antennas mounts and a session mount. And then I kind of wanted to touch on UAVFutures video. I don't know. He uploaded it last night talking about how DJI was gonna monopolize the FPV industry, and it's too bad for the little guys or something like that. I mean, you know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. At this point, I'm just I've been stuck with basically crappy analog goggles for the last 5 years, And you know, there's always a compromise. Like if you go like with a Chinese company like Aomway or SkyZone, you're locked into using inbuilt receivers, which have, you know, they've worked great, but I mean, if you want to use rapid fire or fusion, then you have to go Fat Shark, and the compromise there is that Fat Sharks are really expensive, and I don't think it's worth it. You shouldn't be paying HD money for analog goggles. And I mean, you know, like, I'm not going to make any fans at Fat Shark, or like fans of Fat Shark aren't going to like this video, but they're too expensive, guys. I mean, they should not be as much as they are. Oh my god. As much as they are, when you can get these for $520, and they just, like, they're destroying everything. Everything. I mean, the optics are unparalleled. The field of view is amazing. I mean, you just can't, like, there is not a goggle on the market that compares to these. Anyway, I'm not gonna dive too deep into the industry market drama. I don't really have any opinions about DJI. I've never owned their products before. I definitely don't have any alliances to any goggle manufacturer. I just want the best experience for my money. That's it. I mean, it's like super simple. I don't think DJI is gonna kill off FPV. As far as I'm concerned, FPV was dying anyway. I mean, it's steadily been declining as far as like the interest in drone racing and the publicity on TV. It's all been like slowly tapering off, and I think this is what's gonna, you know, revitalize it. Like, I've seen, like, it's just like introduced this like spark into the community that hasn't been there for a good 2 years. So I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for FPV because I can fly in HD. And now we've got some awesome antenna options to like totally maximize the system. I didn't compare them to the stock antennas. I've already done that. Even with one Xair, guys, I was getting like almost 3 times the bandwidth. So you figure running a full directional setup, you're gonna, I mean, 4 times, 5 times the bandwidth. That's just a guess. But if I tried to fly this on stock antennas, that's like a guaranteed crash. Like, you're not gonna do it. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's the Tuesday vlog. Now you know how these antennas perform. I mean, just know that you're gonna want to upgrade the stock antennas, and whether you go Cyclops or dual Xairs, I mean, you're pretty much not going wrong. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get out of here so I don't have any more spiders crawling on me. Thanks for watching.